I don't know if you frequent this website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this website.
And how ours is plateaued and then increasing.
Here, let me pull up the.
And you look at other
By
countries.
the way, all the other countries are like
Downhill.
Italy, China, South Korea, Japan, all the countries that had a bad outbreak. And America, baby, we are crushing it.
Yeah.
By the way, this
Fake
was
news.
This was expected. Motherfuck off with all these pop-ups. So here's the thing. This was expected to drop off in the summer because everybody's outdoors. The virus doesn't do well outdoors and in the sun. And then it was
The sun will get rid of it. And
yeah,
also
it
bleach.
will magically disappear. And so we were expected to really have a total drop off during the summer and then a resurgence during the fall.
Right.
But because people are literally not, everyone's just back to life as usual. You can see now still in June, we're almost back up to our peak numbers. 27,000 yesterday.
And trying to reopen just seems impossible because you have this. And so plans are like, okay, we have a stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting up to those stage 3, 4, and we're going to have to go backwards. And same thing for schools. We're planning on 4 scenarios for the fall, which is going to be 100% distance learning, 50%, 25%, or normal, which is like, that's a Hail Mary. That's not going to happen. But we have to be ready because we don't know with numbers what we'll be able to do.
You guys are like the military. You've got like strategies for everything.
It's insane.
Well, they have a
It's
lot
so
of
much work.
liability. Like they have to figure out how
We
It's
got to put you
insane.
teachers in charge of everything, man.
Because you know what? You think about
Maybe
when
not
this
all of them.
happened,
Maybe.
teachers overnight were like, we're doing online. And I'm not saying that it went great, but at least it was better than, okay,
Nothing.
you got parents, you have your kids now for an extra 4 months. At least we did something. And teachers overnight, this happened. I mean, I was sick with coronavirus, writing lesson plans, watching YouTube videos, getting ready, gearing up. I mean,
Thank you for your service.
happened
complained about
overnight.
stuff
Thank
in
you
the
for your
past of like
service.
the older teachers who have trouble logging into their email and stuff. So like now imagine
That's true.
how much stuff
Yeah,
people
that's
have,
all.
like, yeah,
And
Well,
they've
that's
been
true. There's a
trying
lot of
so
old
hard,
teachers.
though.
Right.
They've really been trying.
They're
It's
great
awesome.
people, you know,
It's
but
awesome.
they don't understand
Right.
Zoom.
But then it puts like a burden
yeah.
on her, you know, when she's trying to help other people. And
Oh,
trying to,
shit.
Like, yeah.
I feel
I-
really bad for the kids because it's such a weird environment for them.
It's so, especially
And they
the
have
young
all this
ones.
energy and they need to get out and do stuff.
Yeah. And they're going to learn, like, they're going to grow up, especially these little ones, like, no, don't touch, don't share. When that's what we teach in school. You learn social cues and how to get along and how to be fair and how to, you know, all these things that you're going, how do we do that with distancing and to be, how do we teach, you know, safety and health is important, but
Right.
all these other
And when does all the
just-
like the sort of new rules and stigma
Yeah.
go away? Like when is it sort of safe? I mean, look at like all the 9/11 stuff where you're still
It's
seeing,
long. It's gonna be a long
it's
motherfucking
easy to
time.
And
make
the
something
social,
happen
emotional
when
is
it's an
gonna be
emergency. And
years.
it's very difficult to try to go back to
years,
normal.
years.
Because everyone's scared, you know, like even if you technically
Yeah.
don't need it anymore, everybody's like afraid to make a decision.
Yep, and we're
that could
creating a lot of
invite them.
anxiety in kids, and of course adults, but the kids, because they don't know how to differentiate
Right.
and kind of compartmentalize. Okay, well, these are the things where I need to be said. These are the things like the social emotional issues have skyrocketed in districts. I mean, I know how my school's been affected. I know how my grade level, my students, that is huge. And we have one counselor at our school of over 700 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and the issues now every year have been increasing with this. They're going to skyrocket. Well, we have one counselor, and we might be losing funding. I mean, it's just these are things that
Wait, you're losing funding. Why?
they're potential.
For what? For just a budget cut or something else?
Yeah, so please call your Congress.
Is it
people.
who's cutting the budget? The state or the federal government?
both?
Yeah.
So calling into both.
Both have colluded to cut funding further from schools?
Because we've been in declining enrollment. We've had, like in California specifically, we've had declining enrollment. So there's been a lot of budgetary issues. So this year alone, we had to cut $2.5 million from my district. And I'm not, our district's not alone in this. We're potentially going to have to cut $8 million next year if people don't call. I mean, we've been doing campaigns.
Wow.
Call.
It's already
call,
affecting like
and-
our health insurance and everyone else's health insurance.
Yeah, our health insurance already is going up. Like we just got an official email from our, superintendents last night, and they're like, we want to keep negotiating, but as of right now, here's our cap.
That's crazy.
So
$8 million is not that much when you consider the entire budget of the federal and state
But
government.
I could tell
How is that not a priority?
$2.5 million this year resulted in cutting 30 jobs, and we were super lucky to get a huge retirement. Initiative. So we had a lot of retirees. So only 9 teachers, in our district got laid off. But it's going to
They'll
be
spend a bunch of money because it's more efficient to try to get rid of like the high end.
The guys who are getting paid more.
Yeah, because it's like if you can get them to retire early by incentivizing them, then that will sort of like
Dude, schools should
save
be
you.
flush with money.
And then
Yeah.
next
It
year
was
we're going to
already
need
bad,
more
like-
people. We're going to need more counselors. We're going to need more nurses. We're going to need smaller settings. And then you're going to cut our budget. I mean, I don't know how we can.
Every
do
year
that.
when we do
is fucking
taxes, it's like that little
crazy.
form of like, how much money for teachers did you spend this year? And you get up to $250 off. And it's like,
I
Oh, yeah.
$250
Yeah.
I
in
don't,
the first
it's
week of
comical.
school.
And
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
is.
I actually don't even know how much money she spends, but
Oh,
like,
it's
she has to spend a lot of
Oh, yeah.
money.
It's disgusting.
You know what's
You don't
funny? In Trump's his tax cut bill, he limited the amount of money teachers can deduct for fucking
Oh,
supplies
is it
they buy.
More than 200? It's less than
Yeah, it was more.
$250?
Well, before you could deduct anything you wanted as a
Right.
business expense. Correct me if I'm
Okay.
wrong.
No, I think
No.
And
it
then
was,
he
it was a
capped it.
$250
There was a
cap.
limit.
Oh, there was.
There
Yeah.
was a limit.
So
Is it less than that?
two
now?
fifty.
Oh, it's
It's insane.
and this is a district where like
insulting.
you know the families are really poor, and so you have to either fight the school for stuff, like which could even include like you know sometimes paper and things like that.
Paper.
You get so
Notebooks,
much. It's like,
like-
your
That seems
budget for
essential.
the year.
Cleaning supplies,
Your
like,
budget for the year, if you go over it, though.
Cleaning supplies.
like
So
like
it's-
Clorox wipes and stuff.
Well, we're technically not allowed to have those in our room.
yeah, but sometimes you need a Clorox.
I do though
Why?
because we eat breakfast in our classroom. Yeah, so yeah,
like
those are
union.
like very. I'm also in the union, so I probably I know a lot more.
Yeah,
I'm very
Wow.
active in our union.
but yeah,
Well-
it's basically everybody spends their own money. Like you have to,
Yeah.
because if you just need
There's-
something,
Well,
it's like
it's-
I'm not gonna try to like waste a bunch of time and
There's
fight
not
for
a
it. Like I'm
single
just
Yeah.
gonna
teacher
go
that
to.
doesn't spend.
Well, it's a good
their
thing you are highly paid.
It's a good thing that I care more about my students than about.
Isn't that
myself.
fucked up that in America they count on these people like you caring about the
It's
kids
bad.
more than they do about their own
It's
income.
really bad.
Yep.
Like
It's
I have to try to
fucking
like I have to try to
crazy.
help her all the time to
And
understand.
I'm
like,
Why-
you can
lucky to
only
have
do as
a
good of a
partner.
job as you can do. Like
Yeah.
you can't solve all the problems, and at the end of the day, like you can't have a perfect solution. You just have to have the best solution. And you're not gonna like save everyone. You're not gonna like you're always gonna have those troubled kids that cause you the most grief, that you feel bad of, like you can't help them almost.
What do we do? This is not okay, I feel like.
I don't know. Like
Do you think taking money from the police and putting it towards school and community things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And education, after school programs, mental health.
That cuts down on
services,
crimes.
Yeah.
All of that.
it's
mental
they're
health.
solving the problem
Right
backwards,
now
basically.
at
Yes.
my school, I can have in my classroom with about 30 kids. Approximately 4 of them are able to get into the free program after school
Hmm.
because it's the limited space.
Dude, crime will
And that's
definitely go
insane.
down
Right.
with after school
And
programs.
why are
That's proven.
And put them in and offer sports with. Why do you need to pay to put your kid in soccer?
So wait,
Things
are you
like
are you
that,
telling me that
know?
after school programs are better for society than police tanks?
Correct.
You telling me you're going to take tanks away from the police?
Pretty
Correct.
cool, Chelsea.
Take the tanks away. Take all their extra like shields and weaponry.
What if we give the
all
tanks
these
to the
fancy?
No, you
Well,
don't.
hang on.
That's a terrible idea. 'cause it
I'm
would
telling
be
you, when
so
I was a kid,
exciting.
I would have loved a tank.
And that's exactly why you shouldn't give them to kids because can you
Wait.
imagine?
Are you telling me the police don't need grenade launchers?
They do not.
I
I'm
think the
telling you
kids
they
should
do
have
not.
the
Yeah. Let's at
Again,
least share those.
William
Right,
would have loved
right.
this as a child. He was always a mad scientist.
Yo, our country's so
Always.
fucked in the ass.
It's I think there's
This is so
yeah,
bad.
It's really bad.
It's terrible, and it's really difficult to try to explain these things to people who are so against. Like they're like, "You're gonna defund the police. We're gonna have no police officers. It's gonna be so dangerous." I'm like,
I feel
that
like
is not.
We're just
That's
taking
not
some
what
tanks
anyone's
away. We're just
saying.
we're
Yeah.
cashing in some
Right.
tanks for some paper. That's
for
it.
some like basketballs and coaches
Yes.
and I can be like teachers. I would be at least if I can do an after school, I'll be a coach. I'm not great, but it's better than nothing. And of course, the better, the better trained we have.
Do you want to hear? You want to hear how PE works?
Gosh,
Yes, I'd love to. I mean, PE, physical education. Do they? What is?
What about it?
They have one PE teacher for like the entire district.
What?
so
they, like-
we have
they, like,
one
go-
specialist that comes once a week. It's a program. It's a great program if you can get it all the time. It's called Sparks PE, and it's like an acronym. It's wonderful, but we get her once a week.
But
Yeah.
there's other PE teachers,
So I teach
right?
PE.
Well, she has
But
to
you-
do it. Yeah.
I teach PE.
But you also teach other things, or you're.
I'm a
primary?
multiple subject, so I teach everything at elementary school.
Really?
So just imagine, like, I teach PE. Those are mandated minutes. Other teachers teach
Right.
PE.
It's sort of like subjected to like who the
Kind
teacher
of.
is.
They're just like
Yeah.
everybody teaches PE here.
Right. And
And
some
some
teachers might do
people-
less than others. And so it's,
Yeah, and some teachers.
because it takes time,
do
right?
it,
And so it's
you
like
know?
if you're behind on other stuff, like PE is the
Exactly.
thing that you're going to forget about. And now you have all these budget cuts. Like, is that person even going to be able to give the kids? Like, well, it's not even you once a week, right? It's like the school gets it once a week. So you have to trade. Like,
It's my grade level gets it 1 week of the year.
oh, that's. It's like, why do you even have
Wait,
it?
what? 1 week of the year.
My grade level gets it 1 week of the year. Because she goes to all the schools in the district and she's doing the same thing. So she has her schedule is full the beginning of the year. 1 week at this school in this grade, 1 week at this. So she's doing all of the districts.
And this is like when you do like the big like a flappy tarp thing, right?
The cool, fun
the
stuff.
Cool,
yeah,
fun
the
stuff.
parachutes and like
Yeah.
the really fun, like
Yeah.
where you have the hula hoops or you have the fuzzballs.
The
or
kind of
capture
thing
the
that makes kids
flag.
like excited to come to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's
Like-
awesome. And I know that other districts have that program. You know, they get it every week, every single week. But it's all about monies and funding. And when we're looking at our budget of like
They do that every week with a freaking cool,
some districts do if they have more money, if they're
which is
in a
just
more
from property
affluent-
tax, right?
more affluent area, and then you get donation. There's all kinds of ways that you can kind of make the numbers work. Unfortunately, we have other priorities in our district that come first, and
Yeah.
if we lose more, and every year we're like losing more budget. We haven't even recovered from the 2008 recession at schools, and now we're going to be losing money again. We haven't even brought back all the arts programs, all the music programs. It's like they're starting to slightly come back, just a little snippet, a little taste, a little dab of it. And it's just, potentially going to go away again. And people are like, what keeps kids in school? Music, art.